What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Living Blessed, the podcast. I'm your host, Joevan J. Palmer. As always, we got special people on the podcast sharing transparent and vulnerable moments. I got no other than my MMU family, Aaoron and Pedestra, on. What's going on? How y'all feeling?
Good.
Feeling good.
Good. I'm glad to have y'all on here, man, to have some mental health talk.
Yes.
Some mental health talk. It's very important that we have these conversations, especially in our community. And I'm thankful that y'all are here today to actually share, you all's journey into mental health. And really want to get more into why you all chose to get into mental health and, what's the reason behind it, what's the push. But first, let's first introduce yourself, tell the people who you are, where you all from, whatever you feel comfortable telling. We'll go get into it.
My name is Aaron. Originally, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I moved to Virginia after I graduated. I went to the Navy. That's where I met my wife, in Virginia. Not in the Navy, but in Virginia. And I'm a husband, father, entrepreneur, herbalist. That's me.
And my name is Pedestra. I'm from Virginia, a small town in Virginia called Gloucester. I am a wife, a mother, and I am a holistic nutritionist. And I help people who suffer from anxiety, depression, and other mental illnesses, and with mindset and nutrition also.
Word. I love it. Let's talk mental health.
Let's do it.
So you said you're a herbalist, and you are, I didn't catch it.
A nutritionist.
A nutritionist. So were you always a herbalist and were you always a nutritionist?
No.
Mm-mm.
So let's talk about how you got into it.
It goes way back. It goes back to when we were like
Bring your mic a little closer to you.
Goes back to when we were about 20 years old, 21. It started with her health condition with anxiety.
Okay.
As far as I remember the story, I was at work and she called me or tried to get a hold of me or something. She was having a panic attack. And I'm not sure exactly how it went.
So I just was sitting in the house alone, and we had just moved out. We were real young. We got married really young. So we just moved out, and he got out of the Navy, and we tried to figure out what was next for us. So we moved into my sister's dad's apartment, which he was like the maintenance man. So he allowed us to stay there, all of us. And he was on our backs about, what we was going to do next. And so I just was sitting there, and my heart just started racing out of nowhere. And I just was panicking, and I called him. He didn't answer. When he got there, I basically was saying, I'm going to the hospital. And from there on, I had the constant, anxiety symptoms, and going to the hospital every day, basically daily. And they're telling me nothing's wrong with you. Heart, just doing all the different things they do, like brain scans and everything. And they told me that I was completely healthy, and I diagnosed myself. I Googled it, and I figured out it was anxiety. And I went to the doctor, and that's what they said.
So how are you feeling with these doctors telling you that there's nothing wrong with you, but something's going on? Because, of course, we know our bodies, and we know it's not responding in the way that we want it to respond. So how are you feeling, one, as an individual, as a woman, these doctors telling you there's nothing wrong with you, and then two, Aaron, for you, is more so what's going through your mind knowing that, your wife or your girlfriend at the time?
We were married.
Married at the time, so your wife at the time. What's going through your mind as well when she's going through these moments, these episodes of anxiety, and doctors saying, there's nothing wrong with her? What are you thinking as well?
For me, it was hard to watch because I went to I took her to every ER, late nights, middle of the night, multiple times. And I'm sitting there watching them run all these tests, and all the tests come back normal. They keep on saying, you're good. You have your heart's fine, your brain's good. And clearly it's not, that's not what we're seeing here. And I also went to the doctor that diagnosed her, or that officially diagnosed her. Like she said, she diagnosed herself, and she was like, I Googled it, and it said, it basically sounds like I'm having anxiety. And he was like, yep, that's what it sounds like. And then wrote the prescription. I'm gonna try you on this medicine, try it out, come back, let me know what you think. For me, in the beginning, before I started to do my studies, I felt helpless. It's like I'm just watching her suffer. They're saying she's fine. Clearly, she's not. So their barometer on what's fine, what's healthy is off, you know? So that's how I felt.
What about you, Pedestra?
I mean, I felt like I was going crazy. Back then, I was really young, so a lot of people weren't talking about anxiety back then, and like nobody in my family really knew what was going on with me. So I was like in a dark place. Like I really didn't know what to do.
Yeah. So speak to that dark place that you were in.
I just felt alone, I guess, because I really didn't feel like he understood what I was going through. He tried to help as much as he could, but if you're not in the situation, you don't know how to help someone.
Right. That is true.
A lot of people, like I said, now people are coming with anxiety in my family, but then nobody had the experience I had. So no one could help me. So I was just basically living in those symptoms, like doing nothing, bedridden, really.
Yeah, because anxiety is like, you can't see nothing's wrong.
Right.
So they're saying that all these symptoms that they're having, but you see the same person that you saw before. You know, the day she called me, she looked the same the day before. So it's like, it's something that you can't see. So like they can explain as much as they want, but it's hard to, even now, you know, I've never experienced those symptoms. So I don't know exactly what she's going through, but I saw it. So I know how hard it is and how much, like, it's really debilitating.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
And the symptoms that comes with anxiety, you can't really explain it. It's like really scary things that you go through.
How severe is your anxiety?
My anxiety was really severe. Yeah.
Okay.
It was very severe.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was.
So it was very severe then, was very severe.
Yeah.
So why was? A lot of people feel like, you know, once you have a mental illness, that's it. It's the end all be all. You're stuck with that for the rest of your life. It's passed on to genetics, your kids and stuff like that. So Aaron, you said was.
Yeah.
And you said it very confidently.
Yeah, those are lies.
Those are lies.
Those might be other people's truths to them. But what you believe, you know, if you believe that, all power to you, but that's not the truth, you know?
Okay.
This is living proof right here. We deal with people every day that don't, our motto isn't like the mainstream, hey, this is how you cope with anxiety. Why do you want to cope with anxiety?
I never thought about that.
Why would you like to cope with, so you want anxiety to be with you forever, you just coping with it? No.
Yeah, you kicking with me. You're part of my life now.
Like, how do I become a better friend with anxiety? No. Like, anxiety is a normal anxiety. They like to mix up anxiety disorder. No one ever is talking about anxiety. Like the anxiety of maybe me coming here is my first podcast. Anxiety of maybe she's going to amusement park, she don't like roller coasters. She might feel anxiety, anxiousness. Anxiety disorder is what she went through. I watched it. There's no similarity to anxiety disorder. Anxiety disorder, you're suffering, you know?
You can't do nothing.
Those symptoms that she was going through, they're gone. They're not coming back. So are we going to still say that she's coping with anxiety? No, it's gone. Now she still has a normal human anxiety. You know, this is her first podcast. I'm sure she's nervous to be here. You know,
nervous?
Yes.
She had her first flight last year.
Okay. Where'd you go?
We went to Florida.
All right. Okay.
In Key West and parasail and all that. I was scared, but I did it.
Yeah.
So what pushes the fear? Because typically anxiety will paralyze you.
Yeah.
To not want to do anything.
Yeah.
So one, catching your first flight, being on your first podcast, parasailing for sure.
Yeah.
Over a body of water.
Yes.
Anxiety would say no, don't do it. But what's the push that says do it?
Not having a disorder.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay to be anxious. It's okay to be scared. So, and like we were talking about yesterday, the flex is being able to be nervous. You're supposed to be able to be nervous and not be like,
yeah, you got to control it.
That's a disorder when it's happening like that. It's okay to be nervous and okay like that, but when it's becoming to the point where it's affecting you physically, and you're having panic attacks or heart palpitations or like, you know, all these things, and then it develops into a real anxiety disorder, which like she had, which is just like a myriad of mad symptoms, just probably 20 symptoms she was dealing with that I saw.
All at once?
All at once.
Not all of them.
Not all at like
What were
daily.
some of the symptoms that you dealt with on a regular basis?
Panic attacks, chest tightening, tension headaches, constant tension headaches, like to the point where it would not relieve, like I couldn't get no relief from it.
Wow.
Just fear of leaving the house, being alone, loss of appetite. Yeah, chest tightening, loss of appetite, ringing in the ear feeling full. I mean, it was all kinds of symptoms. And you don't, when you're going through it, you're like, what is this? Like, because a doctor, if you go in there, they're going to be like, they're not going to be able to explain to you what's going on. So.
Anxiety brings the most symptoms that I've seen, anything. It's just like anxiety is the illness that has the biggest onset of different weird symptoms. So I had to watch her go through so many different things. And then when you start trying medicine, a lot more side effects will come in. You kind of clouded. Is this a symptom from anxiety or is this a side effect from the medicine?
Right.
How will you be able to differentiate between the two?
You really can't until, I mean, I don't know. Because I don't know what she was going through that was.
What were you prescribed?
Ativan. And it was a low dose of Ativan, which I didn't take very long. And then it was, what was the other one? Lexapro. I took that for like one day.
I heard Lexapro, yep.
I took that for one day and I stopped. That was it.
Lexapro had some serious side effects.
Yeah, it did something to me and I was like, that was it. I knew then that I had to go find a different way. Mm-hmm. So that was the end of medicine. I haven't taken medicine in 6 years.
Really?
No medicine.
None. I'm looking at Ativan right now. I never heard of that one.
That's worse than Lexapro. That's a benzo. That has more side effects than Lexapro.
Golly.
They say benzos are dangerous because it's hard to get off them. If you get off, and if you're on them, it's really, it takes a while to get off.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 side effects in one pill.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's just what they're telling you.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it was hard for you to really tell if it was a medicine causing deeper anxiety or if it's just your general anxiety just kind of just taking course.
Yeah, because in the beginning I felt like it was helping, but that was very short. So I got off of that quick.
Wow. So what was the turning point where you saying, you know what, as a nutritionist and herbalist, what's the strategy that you came up with to say, okay, we're going to wean you off these medications, flush this stuff out of your system, and we're going to find a holistic approach to this? How was that a process of doing that?
It was 2 parts.
Yeah, I had it. It came twice. So I focused on basically mindset in the beginning.
Okay.
And then I thought I was like, I figured it out. And it came back when a family member passed away from cancer. So that made my anxiety come back because mine was more so a health anxiety. I always thought I was going to die. Like every day, daily thinking you're going to die because you're having the heart palpitations all day long.
Got you. That makes sense.
The second time around, it came around, we started getting into the herbs and stuff. And we knew it was mind and body. It wasn't just one thing.
So what kind of herbs you getting into?
We went through a lot of testing different things because when people say that they're coping with anxiety, and they have this idea that they have to cope with anxiety for the rest of their life, they're mostly following the mainstream. The mainstream isn't going to tell you, like if you type in, if you go look up how to treat anxiety on WebMD or something like that, they're not going to tell you, the herbs that you really need to look into.
Right.
They're not even going to mention herbs. Probably they're going to mention medicine,
of course,
and things like meditation and yoga. Those are mainstream things, and we don't talk about them. Meditation and yoga is cool, but we don't really talk about it. And we have a course that we give everyone that gets our tea. Okay. We have a course that we get our 14-day teas, $20-something. You get a free 90-minute course. We sat down. We have an entire course that we talked about exactly everything she did back then, mind and body, to really take care of anxiety.
That's dope.
Because it gets deep. It gets real deep.
Okay, so can we get a little bit of it on the podcast today of how deep y'all go with the individual? So say, for instance, I come to you all, I say, I got generalized anxiety. And because I I won't like to say I do, but like I said, I have moments where if I'm nervous about something or if I get overwhelmed, my heart starts beating a little fast. I can't think straight. I gotta lay down, take a rest, nap real quick, and just relax. So, what are some things that you all would prescribe to me to kind of help deal with those issues?
Well, we have an entire mind and body approach.
Okay.
That's what we believe. That's why we give our course away for free. Nobody's going to do that in the industry. I don't see nobody giving a course away for free if they purchase our tea. If there is a tea company and they sell herbs, they sell herbs. And then they might teach on their socials and stuff like that. But in the course, we talk about different mindset techniques that she tried, that we tried and tested. Some didn't work, and then we found the ones that really work. Like I said, when we talk about our course, people are like, I'm not going to check out the course. I already heard about meditation and the yoga, positive thinking. I'm not, I know about all that stuff. But never once do we even say positive thinking. We might say it, but we don't talk about positive thinking, yoga, meditation. We talk about self-talk. We talk about really learning self-talk, learning how to change your self-talk, because self-talk is the key to changing who you are. If you want to become somebody else, self-talk is the fastest way to get you there. So if she wanted to become anxiety-free and she wanted to become a person that didn't suffer from anxiety anymore, self-talk was one of the mental things that we teach, that she did, and she went hard with it. People might look at it and be like, this is weird. Like, this feels uncomfortable, and they might shy away from it. Those are the people that's going to, unfortunately, they're going to cope for the rest of their life, because you got to get outside your comfort zone, to really make the change and impact in your life, because you have to change your lifestyle. It's not just about the herbs.
Yeah, it's about the beliefs.
Got you. So you first attack the mind. Well, they take the tea first, and then you attack the mind, and then you attack the body, and then the spirit? Or what's the process from start to finish, in a sense?
Well, they get the course instantly. So it's going to be in their email. We rather them start the course while they're waiting for the tea.
As soon as we go online, I click buy the tea, whichever tea I feel works best for me. And then boom, course is in there. I need to start taking action with the course. And then while waiting on tea, because you guys, is it like a specialty blend or?
Our main blend is the anxiety-free tea. That's what we started with, one blend. Okay. 7 herbs. It was based on what she took. So we have that, and then we want you guys to jump into the course while you're waiting for the tea, because while you're, the stuff that you learn in the course is going to help you once you get the tea. So we want you to do it simultaneously. Go through the course before you get it, and then get the tea, and then go through the course while you're drinking the tea, because knowing what's happening inside your body, why the herbs are working, why the techniques that we teach works is just as important as actually doing it.
Right.
You have to know what's happening inside your body, and we teach that inside the course.
So with you being a nutritionist, because some people can say that with herbs, you have to make sure that you have a proper diet as well, because a lot of foods that we consume are triggering to anxiety and depression and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And especially in our community, we just don't know that thing. Eating hot chips and pork and stuff like that. What are some things that you can tell an individual who has a poor diet and they're trying to overcome these things, but I think the poor diet and the herbs are just kind of clashing? What's the conversation like then? That's a hard conversation to have with people.
Yeah, because people love their food. So we mainly tell people to try to do alkaline diet, which is very hard for them to do.
Super hard.
So sometimes we'll say to do 80%.
Okay.
Not because 100% is hard. We don't even do 100% alkaline anymore. That's what I did when I healed myself. I went completely alkaline, a very strict diet, and I did the mindset. So I would say, try to do more alkaline foods.
Explain alkaline, because some people may not know what alkaline diet is.
Alkaline is, you go ahead and tell them.
Alkaline, we have 2 sides of nature: acidic, alkaline. You have acidic foods, acidic herbs. You have alkaline foods, alkaline herbs. Mainstream is on the acidic side. You type in anxiety herbs, you're gonna get a list of mostly acidic herbs.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
I rarely see an alkaline herb mentioned on the mainstream of how do I naturally take care of anxiety. So Yeah, but that's what we subscribe to, the alkaline side of healing. We subscribe to the alkaline side of healing because that's what we saw that worked with her. We were trying everything as far as like when we switched into, all right, we're gonna stop medication, we're gonna do it all natural. We tried a lot, all of those acidic herbs, all those supplements that people take. Like I'm taking my vitamins, I'm taking my
Keep Calm, all those different things. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we tried. Ashwagandha. We tried a lot of different things that was not alkaline that didn't help at all.
But ashwagandha is like one of the most popular herbs out there.
What's popularity mean?
I know. I'm just saying, like everyone rants and raves about taking ashwagandha first thing in the morning. You know, just get your body going, all types of stuff. But you all saying that ashwagandha isn't.
Ashwagandha is one of the most. I've seen so many people report side effects of ashwagandha. Why? So many people. Kava Kava is another one that is very.
Who?
Kava Kava.
I haven't heard that one.
That's very popular for anxiety too. Those two, I see recommended all the time. But with the people I deal with, like people when they find us, like they've basically tried everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's kind of hard for us, and we really have to do a lot of convincing. And thankfully, our reviews do most of that convincing because people tried and they tried everything. So when they see like, oh, another herbal thing, it's like, okay, I've tried all this stuff. So when you start getting away from those acidic herbs, that's when you start to, because we are already living in an acidic world.
Mm-hmm.
Toxic.
Very.
Everywhere you turn. So to add more acid inside your body when you already are like getting bombarded with these toxins every day, it's not good because there's people that will say that ashwagandha has helped them. But then if you do your research, there's a lot of connections to ashwagandha causing depression as a side effect. So how do you go from trying to help your anxiety and now you're dealing with depression?
Mm-hmm.
Kava Kava is another one that causes all types of side effects, and it's supposed to be a natural herb. That's why the word natural, it's played out. It's played out. It's not natural. It's not natural.
So what's the word people need to look for?
They don't use it. We try to use it sometimes. Wild is really what you're looking for. Using wild, native. That's what you're looking for. Native to earth. Not something that was created. You know, like
that makes sense.
Whatever is named, like blue vervain is one of our favorites for anxiety. Blue vervain.
What's that?
Exactly. You ain't seen it listed in none of the things, did you?
Blue vervain?
Blue vervain.
Vervain.
That's one of our main herbs that we use in both our anxiety blends.
Uh-huh.
It grows wild here in the United States.
Now, anything that grows in the United States, I'm a little skeptical of.
Nah. You can be skeptical, but
blue vervain.
Look at the results. That's all you gotta see.
It's American vervain, blue vervain, or swamp verbena.
Growing wild, wildcrafted herbs, they're growing in undisturbed land.
Okay.
So it's not like the soil's really all messed up like that. Yeah,
a lot of our herbs you can go find in your backyard. Really? Yeah. We've done it last summer.
What's some things that I can find in my backyard that I can take? Because if you tell any other person on the street, in your backyard there's a wild leaf that you can go take that'll help deal with your anxiety, they're gonna get you crazy.
Everybody got dandelion in their yard.
I knew it.
You know that. That's the easiest one.
Yep.
And it's the one that they target the most, trying to get rid of it, calling it a weed.
You're right.
Yeah, it's to target it. And you know who targets it? I don't want to get too deep into that. I don't want to get too...
I get it. This is good. This is good.
Get too. Same name.
For sure. I got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the pharmaceutical company, Bayer, owns...
They own... what's that spray?
Roundup.
Yes.
They own Roundup.
They're under a big lawsuit right now.
Yeah. They took it from Monsanto. Monsanto was they're the creators of Roundup. So they were handling the lawsuits or whatever. Huge lawsuit too. A lot of people got lymphoma cancer from spraying the dandelion. They're trying to get rid of this dandelion. So they're spraying it. Spray is coming back and they're breathing it in. Their body is breaking down. They develop lymphoma cancer. Now, dandelion has a lot of good properties for the lymphatic system. So they're getting rid of something that can help their lymphatic system stay clean, which keeps you from being sick. And then they're catching lymphoma cancer.
I don't think I've seen many dandelions lately.
Really? I see them all the time. They're everywhere.
In my backyard.
It's hard to get rid of dandelions.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're everywhere still, but they definitely know the benefits of dandelion. Because why would a pharmaceutical company take on so much? Like, oh, y'all got all these lawsuits. Okay, I'll buy the company. I'll finish the lawsuits off, and we're gonna do whatever we do to Roundup. You know, dandelion also is really good for heart complications, and Bayer has heart medicines that they are trying. So it's kind of like a kill the competition type of.
So I walk outside right now. I see a dandelion. Mm-hmm. Do I just take it and just eat it, or do I need to take it and it's a process I need to go through?
Well, dandelion leaf and dandelion root.
Right.
Those are the type of the cut of the herbs. People eat dandelions all the time.
I've seen people
the
I saw fried dandelions, like fried dandelion nugget. I just saw it the other day.
Oh.
That looked weird. I don't know about that.
It's black. Black. We fry everything.
We
fry everything.
Fried dandelions? Yeah. So they took the heads of the dandelion and coated it with flour or whatever. They fried the dandelion. It's like nuggets. Yeah, I was gonna show you.
Instagram. I think I saw that. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Y'all got a lot of yellow dot growing out in this field right across from
who?
When you pull in, it's called
yellow what?
Yellow dot.
What's that?
It's a herb. It's a plant.
It's good. Very high in iron. Yeah. Very, very high in iron.
So I can go over there and steal it because they let it grow too.
It's out there. So that's root. You use yellow dot root for your iron, your blood, cleaning blood. And I got
elderberry.
What's the website? I love it. Yeah.
We found that last summer. Elderberry, a big elderberry. They're like the park.
Really?
Yeah. And we took it and dried it and.
What's your all's website?
cerebralteas.com.
If I can spell.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Teas.
Yeah, but like so many herbs grow. I just saw the yellow dot growing out there. Mm-hmm. And we harvested that last summer and just pull it up. The root grows deep. And you just clean it, dry the root.
So, what's you all's recommendation when taking you all's tea? Because I see the anxiety-free tea right here. And if I take it, is it something I should take it first thing in the morning, evenings, or just whenever?
We recommend twice a day, morning and night.
Okay.
We recommend just giving it time, really. You know, everyone is different. Everyone's diet is different. Everyone's mindset is different. So some people can say they can experience symptoms or like getting relief within like their first sip. Mm-hmm. So when we heard that, it was like, really?
she took about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
She was on it. She was drinking it every day, twice a day. She was doing everything that was teaching the course. Nothing was happening, but we knew we were on the right path. So that's one thing like a lot of people come to us and they don't know that they're on the right path. So they're like, they'll try. We have a 14-day supply and they'll get 14 days. Like I didn't feel nothing.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't feel nothing yet, so this don't work. But that's not how.
It takes time, especially with a natural, because natural products take time because one, they got to get to the body. Two, they have to fight everything else that you're putting into your body. So it's like people don't realize that with a natural product, that's all I take a natural product. Toothpaste, deodorant, face wash. I don't do anything like this just because I just know. And it's been helping me.
Right.
But I know it takes time. I can't just say, day one, it's about to work.
And then they might put sugar in it.
Yeah, I hate
a lot of people.
I don't understand people put sugar in their teas.
Yeah, or put it in the microwave. Like.
It makes zero sense.
Yeah, so
because what happens, the microwave kills off all the nutrients.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen people literally, this doesn't work. Well, what are you doing exactly? Well, I do this. I put it in the microwave. I set it.
So clearly, they're not reading the instructions.
Yeah.
It's like it's right on the instructions, but the microwave's more convenient. They're in a rush, so. Nah.
Or the tea's too nasty.
What it tastes like?
It tastes like herbs.
Yeah.
It's like
I've had
bitter
some
herbs.
disgusting tea, but it works though.
Yeah.
If you've had disgusting tea, then this ain't gonna be that bad.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're new, you're gonna be like, whoa. Because people would be like, this.
I wouldn't say it's disgusting. It's just an acquired taste that, of course, my tongue isn't used to, I would say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it disgusting.
It's like it's bitter.
Yeah. Okay.
It's bitter / bland. So if you don't use your bitter taste receptors, then once you taste bitter, you can be like, whoa, and it's not gonna be as bitter to me as it would be to you.
Right. Yeah. So what are some things that you all are doing on a daily basis as far as diet wise go? Like, are you say now you guys 80% alkaline with 20% vegan, or pesca vegan, pescatarian?
Yeah, we do a little fish here and there, but that's on occasions. He really don't like the fish and the seafood, but I do every now and then because there's not a lot of options when you go out to eat.
None.
For a long time, we didn't eat seafood though.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just mainly just alkaline vegan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're plant-based.
Okay.
She said, I don't really rock with seafood like that. Every once in a while I get it. I just don't like eating animals,
So I have a question.
Yeah.
I was vegan for like 6 months, like hardcore vegan, 6 months. Best time of my life. The issue was I was working in a group home, so I was able to like prepare my meals. So I get the kids sitting off school, and while they're going to school, I got 8 hours pretty much to myself. So I'm cooking breakfast, I'm cooking lunch for myself, and it was cool. Then transitioned out of that role and got into more of a role where it's like I'm on the road more. Mm-hmm. How does one who wants to stay vegan find vegan foods on the go? Because that's the hardest thing, because of course in Atlanta we have lots of vegan restaurants.
Yeah.
But on the back end of these vegan restaurants, a lot of vegan foods aren't actually healthy for you.
No, yeah. Most vegan restaurant food is going to be healthy.
Yeah.
Just like a vegan freezer food is not going to be healthy for you. It's just vegan, which is you're not eating animals.
If you could try to fast.
That's the hardest thing. I fast on Mondays, but my thing is I have such a busy schedule. I'm moving so much, so it takes a lot out of me.
You got to eat a lot of fruit. I would say if I was on the road, I would just stop at whatever grocery store and grab a bunch of fruit.
So just like if I'm fasting and I'm on the go, just do fruits and nuts instead of like just water.
Yeah, because there's no options.
What you mean there's no options?
As far as like if you're on the road or something, like you're really on the road.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant there's no option when it comes to fasting.
Like there's no options out there as far as like really healthy food. If you really want to be healthy and you're on the road a lot, you're gonna have to be stopping by grocery stores.
Mm-hmm. Get you some avocados and nuts, fruit. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, for sure. It's just the hardest thing.
It's very hard.
Ever. And I'm transitioning back. I'm slowly transitioning back, but I just need just figuring out the whole on the go part.
And packing meal prep.
Yeah, it's over there.
Meal prep is definitely
meal prep. I mean, that's all you can do. It's hard. It's harder. To be unhealthy is way more convenient.
Absolutely. I mean, I can go to around here is 30 restaurants, and there's only 2 vegan restaurants. Yeah, but one is they're both Asian inspired vegan restaurants. But Asian inspired is a lot of soy. Mm-hmm. Speak to soy. A lot of people believe that soy is like the best thing for you. What's you guys' opinion on soy? Soy is hybrid. It's acidic as well. So we stay away from it as much as we can. Of course, like I said, they use it in a lot of vegan food. So if we go out to eat, sometimes we eat it. Mm-hmm. But we know the impact that it has. So that's why we limit it as much as possible and try to balance it out with alkaline foods, because it's definitely not going to be something that's going to help you heal. Mm-hmm. It's just going to add more acid. Then they have the stuff they're talking about with soy, estrogen changes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not a health food. It's just a vegan food. Yeah. Gotcha. A created being. So explain the difference between, because a lot of people don't know that there's the difference between vegan, plant-based, and what's the other one? I feel like it's one more. Or just vegan and plant-based. Vegetarian. Explain the difference in those, and then the health benefits and the non-health benefits to being vegetarian, vegan, and plant-based. Well, of course, vegetarians, you don't eat meat, but you still drink milk. Right.
A lot of dairy.
Cheese. Vegan is you don't mess with animals at all. You don't eat no animals. It has anything to do with, if it's derived from animal like honey, you don't rock with honey. Some vegans do, I guess.
They don't wear no fur, whatever. Plant-based is what I would call what we are. It's like we focus on plants because that's where, you need to eat live foods for you to feel alive. You have to eat live food. So that's what we basically focus on. As far as being like the vegans, they put a lot of stuff on the vegan term because vegans can easily get sick.
Yeah.
It's not hard for a vegan to get sick, and they'll have like a headline like vegan gets cancer. Like, okay, it's not hard for a vegan to get cancer. Like Oreos are vegan. Like
high in sugar.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of stuff is vegan that's still going to cause disease. So obviously vegetarian, you putting dairy in it, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So that's the worst of the. They're the bottom.
Right.
Yeah. So plant-based, alkaline plant-based is for healing.
Okay.
Because a lot of vegans eat sugar, white sugar.
Yes, sugar. White
Sugar is. I haven't bought a bag of sugar
terrible.
in years.
Me either. I don't cook. Like I made some spelt cookies the other day with, of course, spelt flour. Was it turbinado sugar? Or I think it was turbinado or date sugar. It was pretty much, I think, that baking powder, baking soda. So it's just I'm very aware. So like that's why, because I just want I'm overweight, of course. So I'm helping just this whole transition of me taking my weight down, get my mind right, and everything like that. But speak to sugar and why it's not healthy for us.
Nutritionist. I used to have a sugar addiction too.
Really?
I mean, sugar feeds anxiety.
So you think that's what fed yours?
Yes.
Yeah,
I liked anything with sugar in it.
Really?
Yes. And I didn't realize that until I started doing my research. Sugar feeds anxiety. You see how kids act on sugar. I mean, it makes you hyper. It's just, we don't mess with sugar.
And caffeine.
At all.
Those are the two stayaways. You got anxiety, sugar and caffeine should automatically be off your list.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Automatically.
That's why I could never drink coffee, anything like that. It just.
So what was your diet like prior to transitioning to plant-based?
The normal diet, eating meat, chicken, all that.
Gotcha.
A lot of snacks, sugar stuff. Like I didn't care about my diet until I got anxiety. I didn't know that food really, was that important when I was younger.
Yeah.
How it affects you. I didn't know that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we literally didn't find out until her uncle passed away, and that triggered her anxiety again. And we were like, wait, because he didn't smoke.
Yeah.
He didn't drink. We're like, wait, huh?
So what else is there?
Yeah.
So he ate a bad diet, So now I know why. But then I was confused. So I was like, then anybody can die. So I might die, So that's what made my anxiety go crazy.
Wow. So now today, would you say you're, of course, not anxiety free, but more so you're understanding when it hits, you got a quick remedy. Well, would it be a quick remedy or just a remedy for it?
When what hits?
Anxiety.
Everybody deals with anxiety.
Anxiousness, nervousness.
Yeah, the nervousness. Let's say that. Say that.
It's our tea, first of all, it works really good.
I want to try it.
And that self-talk.
Yeah.
Doing that self-talk in the tea.
Okay.
Like I said, when she went on her first flight, she was scared to death,
Was this before the tea or after the tea?
That's after.
Just like a year ago.
Okay.
So we well into knowing our stuff. We've been doing the business for a minute. So she was scared to death. So a person with anxiety, they'll go in there, they will have a literal panic attack. And
they wouldn't even go on there.
They wouldn't even, they'll back down. So when she goes on there, she drinks the tea. Or she brings the tea, she drinks a big cup of the tea, just to make sure that she calms her nerves. When you're drinking these herbs, you can go places and get nervous, and your body won't react the same way.
Yeah,
and you'll be like, "Wait, why am I not?
I'm supposed to be scared now.
Why is my heart not beating out my chest right now? Why am I not sweating? Why am I?" Because the herbs are, it works. So it's not. That's why we don't claim it. I would say she is anxiety free, because if we're talking about it, if the topic is on anxiety, if you're talking to somebody about anxiety, you're talking about anxiety disorder.
Right.
Who talks about being anxious with, we don't talk about how I was anxious about. I mean, we might talk about it, but it's not a problem. Everybody knows that you're going to be anxious if you go
it's
to
temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just something that goes away. You go on about your day. Anxiety, we're going to say anxiety. We're talking about the disease, the disorder.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. The difference between just being anxious and having anxiety.
Exactly.
Talking to anxiety. Got it. Man, that's deep.
So that's why we want our customers. That's like one of the last steps for our customers. Like, listen, realize that. Cause I remember one particular customer in particular where she was like, I feel like I'm 99% healed, but when I got in the car, I was nervous. But I was like, okay, did you drive? Yeah. You got to where you wanted to go? Yeah. You got home? Yeah. What's wrong with being nervous? That thought that you can't no longer be nervous at all, that we're humans. Okay.
Yeah.
Because people who are performers get nervous on every show.
Right.
That is true.
Even no matter how many times they perform.
Like throw up before this.
Yeah.
I've heard the stories all the time. Like,
because when I went parasailing, I cried. Yeah, but I still went.
She almost punked out. Yeah.
Would you jump out of a plane?
No.
Oh no, I wouldn't even.
I wouldn't do that.
I got kids. It ain't about being scared. It's like I might lose my life. I'm not gonna lose my life trying to be brave. Like,
yeah.
Nah, that's good, man. I appreciate y'all for real. This has been very educational, very informing, and also I learned a bit more. Even though I'm a mental health professional, I still learn a little bit more. And I feel like you can never not learn from anybody.
Right.
There's a lot of people in this profession who'll be like, they'll shun everything that y'all just said.
Oh yeah. Most of them.
Everything. Like, no, you got to take the medication. You got to do this. This is the only way. This is the only way.
We get a lot of flack for the message that we spread.
Yeah.
People get angry.
All I tell them is to read our reviews. Like, we have so many life-changing reviews. And I'm like, I felt calm. I took it. I felt like we're changing people's lives.
Absolutely.
Like, no BS. So it's like, what we're doing is working. So like, you have a choice. You can choose to cope if you believe that, or you can choose to believe that, oh wait, like this isn't something that I have to deal with forever.
Right. Appreciate it. I'm gonna do a quick commercial, y'all.
Sure.
And then what I want you to do is close us out with one where people can find you all, how they can get the tea, of course, and just something positive. If it has to be surrounded around anxiety or just living your best life, whatever it may be, just leave us out with something positive, right? So this episode is sponsored by the Embolden Institute. It is my organization where I send out daily messages of affirmation and hope. Text me 404-476-6780. That's 404-476-6780. Text me the word affirmation to get daily affirmations directly to your phone every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. However that goes. Or text the word heal to 404-476-6780. Same exact thing. Or you text both words back to back simultaneously. And we text you every day, just pretty much allowing you that self-talk that they were talking about. You need the affirmation to kind of just affirm yourself, get yourself right in the first thing in the morning. Text me, we got you. 404-476-6780. Good people. Close us out.
Something positive?
Yeah.
Where they can find you, something positive. Little love and light.
Well, they can find us at _cerebraltees on Instagram or cerebraltees.com. That's all we at right now. We're trying to start our TikTok and stuff like that.
TikTok, another beast.
I would say stick with the process. Stay consistent. Have faith. Trust in God that you can get through this. I got through it. Anybody can get through it. Your journey is your journey. Don't look at someone else's journey. And yeah, just have faith. Stick with the process.
With it.
I would say that you have a choice to believe what you want to believe. Like you said, most people will shun us for our beliefs. But then if you look at what we've done, then you might start to change your beliefs and be like, there's a possibility for this to really be not my life anymore. So you have a choice on what you want to believe. And choose where you want to go and then just focus on what you want to do. Like she said, don't compare your journey to someone else, because someone else might get results before you, but that doesn't mean that your healing isn't the next step away. So a lot of people don't believe in anxiety being something that you can quote unquote cure, but it's not about it not being a cure or whatever. It's about it not being something that's super easy. If you just take a pill and all right, it's gone. Like, you have to put in a lot of work. You have to change your lifestyle. And we teach you how to do that. That's why, we really want to see people heal. Like, we really put a lot into it. The course, I want you to check out the course, honestly, because like we talk about how to do these things. It's not just self-talk. Like, we get deep into the how to do this self-talk so that it changes the neural pathways in your brain and you become a different person.
Yeah.
If you become a person that doesn't have anxiety anymore, you cannot suffer from anxiety anymore. And to do that, you have to change your brain. That's what self-talk does. So like I said, just choose your belief and stick to it, and you will see your day.
Well,
folks, that was very well said.
I could say it like that.
Very well said. Y'all heard it here first. But listen, if you are dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with depression, listen, there are alternative ways. If you are looking for, a holistic way, listen, tap in with both of them that get you right. That's another episode. We are out. Peace.